Your medical history, your current medications, allergies, or any medical conditions are crucial in a life-threatening situation or emergency. But what if you were unconscious? What if you couldn't speak? Who's going to speak for you? So imagine yourself in a car accident with severe injuries and you're unable to answer just basic questions like your name, date of birth. So now let's imagine your mom, your dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle in the same situation, but having severe allergic reactions to certain medications. Who's going to relay that information to the medical providers? Let's not play Russian roulette with our lives and rely on luck. It costs nothing to enter medical information into your Apple iPhone or any cell phone. And we carry these cell phones wherever we go. They're like a limb. This day and age, these cell phones go with us wherever we are. So I've done some research, and I've researched some medical websites as well as articles. And the consensus is clear. The importance of medical information is crucial and an integral part of proper diagnosis in a medical emergency. That being said, I personally used the information, my medical information, and entered it into the medical ID option on my cell phone. I've also instructed my partner at work who has diabetes and allergic reactions to input that important information into his cell phone. So I'm going to go over a few main points with you. First, I'm going to discuss the significant errors that occur when there is a medical emergency and how not having that medical information to providers can be crucial. Second, I'm going to go over the argument of privacy as well as confidentiality. People don't like to give out their information, so we're going to go over that. Finally, I'm going to discuss and demonstrate with you how to input that crucial information into your cell phone. So, sadly, there are many misdiagnoses and mistreatments and harmful drug reactions that occur daily in emergency rooms, and these can be avoided with just basic medical information. According to the diabeteshealth.com, there's over 90 million people with chronic medical conditions. And unfortunately, issues like allergies to medications, pre-existing medical conditions, and other factors never get addressed in medical situations. Patients that are critical or unconscious or unable to communicate, like the deaf, like those with language barriers, and are elderly, they pose a greater risk or delay for inadequate treatment. In an article in the National Hemophilia Foundation, wearing some sort of medical ID or having some sort of medical identification with you at all times is a huge, huge benefit. The National Hemophilia Foundation encourages people with bleeding disorders to have some sort of medical ID on them, because people with bleeding disorders have different responses to treatment, which include not stopping bleeding prior to surgery as well as any other type of scan. And with no medical information available, the situation can be deadly. So I've given you some potential errors that can occur without that medical information available, and the urgency and growing concern, not just for the medical community, but for ourselves. So let's take a look at the argument of confidentiality and privacy. Some would argue that the privacy issues that come from accessibility to private information, like our medical conditions or allergies, and even our contact information with our family, they're not willing to give that information up even in a medical situation. Listen, we must have some type of strategy to communicate to first responders and medical providers in these critical life-threatening situations. The option is a small trade-off of privacy for the ability to save your life or the life of others. I find it kind of ironic that we are willing to talk about ourselves and where we've been and where we're going on social media. We have no problem exposing our most private and personal information with others, the world, but worry about limited medical information that could potentially save our lives. One technology review site, Tech Review, which provides hands-on reviews and tips on technology, tells the consumer to weigh the risks and the benefits of having the information easily accessible, but does point out that Apple does not share any of the information with third-party apps. So now that we understand all this about accessing medical information and the privacy issue, let's take some steps on how to enter this information that could save our life. Of course, this is a feature I'm certain nobody hopes to want to use, but it could be life-saving. So, what we do is first access our telephone, and we will go to the Health app and click on it, create a medical ID, and you can see you can add your name, date of birth, your medical conditions, any medical notes, allergies or reactions to medications, list of medication and the frequency. You can also add your blood type, organ donor, and an added awesome feature is any emergency contacts. You simply click on the option that you want to use or not use, type it in. If it's none, or if it is aspirin and the dosage, you simply put it in and hit done. So the amazing feature on this iPhone is even in the event that it is locked, as this is, you hit the emergency, you hit the medical ID. It doesn't unlock the phone, however, it allows first responders to access your medical ID without gaining any other information. It's as simple as that, and it costs absolutely nothing. So today I first described the critical errors that can occur when our medical information is not readily available to our first responders or in a medical situation. Second, I addressed the argument about privacy in giving our health information and the argument that we open ourselves up to social media widely and we should weigh those options. Finally, I gave you some instructions on how to enter the vital information into your phone. Listen, folks, let's not play Russian roulette with our life. Let's not leave this to luck or chance. It costs nothing to enter your information into your Apple iPhone, as well as any other iPhone or any other cell phones that also have a similar app. The next time you're in a medical emergency, or worse yet, unconscious and unable to speak, who's going to call your loved ones or provide the crucial and necessary health information to the medical providers? Let Apple Medical ID speak for you. It costs nothing, but is priceless if it should save your life or the life of a loved one.